Once again, Merc80.com, and I finally found him. Planet Asia, right here.
MC I didn't know he was Merc 80 though either.
Yeah.
I was like, man, yo. That's why I told you, I was like, yo, I'm over here.
Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, no, I ran in the crocodile right down the street. I'm like, man, where's your boy at? I'm trying to find him.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First question is, in your own words, what's your story? How did you fall in love with music and being an MC?
Originally, it was through the Fat Boys, the Human Beatbox. I did a talent show to the Human Beatbox with my homie Hargy and Tank. I don't know where you at, Tank. If you, hey, find me, G, because I ain't seen you since we was kids. But anyway, we did a talent show to Fat Boys, boom. I love the reaction we got, boom. The next time I came back, I was beatboxing, you know what I'm saying? And I really got a super response for that. After that, I started rhyming, and then around 85, I got a chance to go to the Fresh Fest, you know what I'm saying? And the Def Jam Christmas tour, both times. I got to see LL Cool J, Run DMC, Eric B. and Rakim, Public Enemy, Beastie Boys, Houdini, Dougie Fresh. I seen all that. And that just really, I knew what I wanted to do. But at that time, it wasn't like everybody was rapping and rapping was lucrative even. It was just something that was fresh. We didn't even know where that was headed. My parents was like, yo, that ain't gonna last. That's gonna be a fad, go to school, boom. Little did they know that hip hop was still around by the time I got to high school. And you know, it was just part of the culture of just living in a community, you know, whether you was breakdancing, beatboxing, rhyming, freestyling. You didn't subconsciously be like, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper when I get older. So once I started writing rhymes, it just became a part of me, you know. I didn't know how I was gonna actually transform into being Planet Asia and where I'm at now that, you know, no one knows their path until it actually happens. But, you know, the drive it took just being a fan first, you know what I'm saying? There's not enough fans out there right now. That's why, you know, the music is watered down because they wasn't good fans first. You ask the average artist about the history of hip hop, a lot of them can't even tell you about it, you know what I mean? And it shows in the music, you know? But it's more of a culture for me, you know what I'm saying? We do get paid off of it. It is lucrative at this point. I'm not one of these dudes that's like, yo, hip hop forever and don't get no money, you know what I mean?
Right.
We're about finances too, but that's how I fell in love with the music first, you know?
Breaking into that though, like you grew up, did you originally grow up in Fresno?
I grew up in Fresno.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did your parents play a lot of music, or because hip hop in Fresno, it seems like it would have been like a smaller community there.
My parents was more of a blues, jazz, you know, more jazz and blues, you know what I mean? Not even really R&B, you know. I was more the R&B, you know, when Michael Jackson, that's why we was just talking about this yesterday, like, before there was Def Jam, it was Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for like LL, Run DMC, we'd probably all still be into R&B music because we was all listening to Atlantic Starr, Gap Band, you know what I mean? Michael Jackson, Prince, even Duran and Police and the rest, whatever was on MTV, you know what I mean? Rick James, whatever. So if it wasn't for the, you know, that whole era, Fat Boys and all them, the whole Crush Groove era, it made it fun for my era, you know what I mean? It was a whole nother, it was something new, you know what I mean? And it grew over the years, and around 89, the whole Big Daddy Kane Rakim era, that just stepped it up to another level. It was like, wow.
I first heard you on that EP that you had put out like back in what it was like 99 or so. And that's what really got me hype off of you because you had like a completely different style, your flow, you know what I'm saying, the way that you write, everything, and you really stayed true to that. And so when it came to your style, like how did you find your style? Like did you just get up one day and just start spinning that way, or did you, because you have a very distinct style?
It take years, even the way, you know, even from where you heard me at, I still consider that me learning how to rhyme and make songs, you know what I mean? Like, I always know how to rhyme, but actually make a song that people want to hear, that's a whole nother element to it. So what you was hearing at that time was me learning how to record. Because those are like my first solo recordings. Before that, I was in a group, nobody ever heard that. That was like demos or whatever. A few people might have, yeah. But the Planet Asia, you know, that was still me learning how to go into the studio, you know, write a hook, you know, being able to write in the studio. I can barely even write at home at this point now. I've been writing in the studio so much that I only know how to write in the studio. So it's like, that was a whole learning experience. Where I'm at right now is everything that I've learned.
Right, okay.
From a child to being Planet Asia to now knowing how to
Yeah.
function as a MC, you know what I mean?